Do you trade with fear? Do you trade with self-doubt? Do you have greed and emotions take over you when you're entering? Or do you not trust your plan? Are you not confident to take your entries? All of this is something that we all go through our trading journeys, and majority of the professionals also go through the same. We're all people, we have a pulse, and we have emotions, and you can never ignore them. Today we'll be talking about all of this in a quick video on a trade that I took for a 2-hour win. Very simple, stress-free, but major lessons in that trade. So let's get to it. Welcome back, everybody. This is Fortitudefx. We'll be starting looking at our 4H chart like always, and I'll put a link to my video right now on the pre-analysis that we talked about this morning. And it will confirm how important pre-analysis is, because based on that, the continuation of my entries happened. So if you haven't checked out my pre-analysis, please do so. So let's get to it. So 4-8 chart over here, I've zoomed it out, and what you see over here, we have a big push, pullback, and another push that's happening, and it could take out these highs over here. We don't know unless the order flow changes and we get clear confirmation, right? And over here as well, when we are pushing upwards, we can see that the internal structure is bullish. We came in over here and then this morning, and that's the long that I took. Let's go to 1H. Okay, so this is our 1H at the time. And this is the current chart, right? So I've updated my markings over here. The 1 hour boss was over here until this boss never happened. It happened this afternoon when I took my trade in, right? So basically, when we came in this morning around, let's say, right here, yeah, at this point in time. Like I said, always, this is my analysis time frame 1H, right? Whatever price is telling me in here, that's when I move to 15-minute. I do not stay in 15-minute time frame. I do all my analysis here. I identify my POIs here with the bias of 4H and daily, but this is my main time frame that I spend all my time on. And the reason I like it is because it's very slow, hands-free. I can go on with life and still get involved into a trade. So what happened here over here? We had this pullback. We had a push. This was Monday. It failed to close above. We had a pullback in. It was ranging for a bit, and then we had the boss. Came back in. We talked about this yesterday. We had a sweep, POI with a sweep, and then a lot of ranging, no price action really. Came back in, took all of that liquidity out, went into that 4H supply again, and then had a pushback, and then it held this low, right? So at this point in time, when this happened, internally, right? So now we're talking about there is an internal 1H swing, right? 1H swing, and then there is an internal 1H, and then you have the larger 4H swing, right? So the larger 4H swing tells me the overall bias, right? So we're in a bullish bias. The internal legs and then the 1H swing tell me what is being set up for the day, right? And all of those combined gives me the probability in which direction to take the trade in. So what happened? We came in this morning. We were at this point in time, and there was really nothing going on. You see all these just ranging market, no price development, nothing happening. And what I noticed was that we had 1H chalk here. So the bullish chalk was at this point in time. So when I came in, it was here, came back in, and then it gave me this big push on 1H. Let me zoom that out for you guys. Over here. So came in this morning, price took all of this liquidity. You see that? As I always say, GU loves to take sweeps. Once it took that liquidity out, it pushed nicely. So we have a very strong push momentum coming in. That tells me that there's a lot of orders in this demand zone. And we had the chalk. So once I had the chalk, and then I saw this POI built from a sweep taking on all the liquidity, it was very high probability for me, because now the internal direction is set with this 1/8 chalk. We are aligned with the 1/8 swing. We were targeting the week highs. We are in a bullish move, and then the 4H is bullish, right? So we have internal, we have 1/8 swing, and then we have 4H. All are bullish, and this is the first indication that price is ready to move further up. So what happened? Once that chalk happened, then I waited. I marked my POI, and then I just waited for it to come in, look for my entry model, and then shoot up, right? So let's come over here. My entry model, and I will now share my the entry. Let's see, I think it's this one. There you go. Okay, so why did I take this entry? So this is our 1/8 chalk. It came back into this supply over here. It had a reaction from the supply, right? From these equal lows, pushed, gave me a 1/8 chalk, and then I'm waiting for the price to go back inside into this demand zone. At this point in time, what am I looking at? I'm looking at that I want to get involved for a buy. It took all of this liquidity, and then it was a very aggressive push upwards with this big momentum candle, and it gave me a 15-minute chalk as well. So once this happened, I drew my entry at the distal 25% and my stop loss area, set my entry over here at the 25%, and then put in my stop loss right below this line, making sure that there is enough space for the spreads, commissions, and all of that good stuff. So when and this was the high that tagged me in. So I would not have gone break even until this broke, right? So this is right over here. Now the emotions come in, right? So once I got tagged into the trade, right, it tagged me in and it pushed me upwards. And right after that, I was thinking, this is a very simple, easy, stress-free trade, because with all of that momentum, push, pause, push, I was expecting I'll go break even very quickly and then enjoy the rest of the day, because no money lost, right? But what happened was that instead of doing this, it aggressively retraced back into my stop loss, and it came all the way down into this massive drawdown. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh my God, did I enter correctly, right? All of these emotions come in. Should I increase my stop loss? Did I enter properly according to the plan? Is my plan working? Should I have not entered because the markets were ranging, right? And the job of the trader, is to execute our plan, right? If you are confident in the higher time frame narrative, right? If you're confident in your entry models, if you're confident that if A happens, B happens, C happens, and D happens, I'm going to enter, it is giving me all the probability on my side that the trade over a large number of sample size, if I took the same entries, will give me the edge over the market. Then you should not have that fear, because self-doubt will creep and eat you from inside and make you completely lose your confidence. You will always trade in fear. You will always have this doubt: am I a good trader? Does my plan work? Does my strategy work? And even if it works, if you have a good strategy with you guys, you will always be jumping from one strategy to the other strategies and sort of playing the game where you're just giving money away to the markets, right? So here I went through all of that, right? But I trusted in my analysis. I had a solid plan for entries. I know I have an edge with these type of entries, and I did not, of course I was fearful of the drawdown, but I accepted that risk. I accepted the fact that if it gets lost for me, this met my plan. It was according to all the narratives that I put together. It gave me a good story. It should have gone bullish. Even though the drawdown is there, I waited. I did not close my trade with fear. I did not increase the stop loss. I just let it play out. What happened? It came all the way back right to this low, complete equal lows, right? And then pushed, lingered at this point for the longest time, and then finally it gave me a break even. Now at this point in time, I closed my trade. This was something at 2 hour. Because I could not have been at the charts and I was busy and I did not want this running in the back of my head. Moreover, there was very high impact news coming up later in New York. So I did not want to stay in the trade while I'm not there to actively manage before the news. So I wanted to get out. But this is just to show you, if you play your plan, if you let your edge play out, this trade My original take profit was 3R. It perfectly met that 3R. And if you are the type where you go for fixed take profit, you went to 4R. And in fact, if I go to 4H, and if you are the type of guy, let me go to 1H, it's a little bit more clear. If you're the type of guy who likes to target the next most probable demand or supply, it tapped into the 4.8. So ideally you could have gone till here and gotten a little more hours off of that. And then it aggressively traced back because now you're into a high probability 4.8 supply. And then it gave you this, and it gave you, let me get this out of the way. And then it retraced heavily and it gave you a boss. So now what do we have at this point in time? We have a 4H chalk, meaning that the 4H is ready, indicating that the price is going to go lower. We had a 1H boss, and then tomorrow we'll look at the POIs of high probability as price develops through Asian market. And then we'll see what is the market telling us. Did the price stay here? Did the price move? Did the price go down? And how do all the confluences with the trends and the biases stack up? All right, guys, that was my trade. That was my explanation. Hopefully you took some value out of it. If you liked it, do subscribe and like. And then I'll keep bringing you the content. You guys take care. Cheers. Bye-bye now.